All right, Scott. Well, circling back to our discussion on selling, and I'm not sure what stock would be a good example of
Oh,
this.
for the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
What
do
should we pull
Snowflake.
up?
I think
Okay.
Snowflake is perfect because so somebody asked, I had XYZ and it doesn't matter. Go down
Yeah.
on whatever the news, it doesn't matter. It just kind of goes down a lot through your stop. What do you do? So go to the daily chart. I forgot this happened this year. This is how
Yeah.
quickly I forget about
Yeah.
stocks. I was in it on the earnings. I was in it up there in the stratosphere at 237 or whatever, and then it gapped down like so much more than I expected. So the question was, what do you do? And so um, it's difficult, but there's a psychologist at Duke. I believe he's at Duke, or he used to be at Duke, named Dan Ariely. He's written some good books, and he's like a behavioral
Yeah, the behavioral
psychologist.
economics. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's great.
and he I think as a kid he was in an accident and got burned, and so he talks about the bandage
Mm.
ripping mistake. And the nurses used to take off the bandages off of him and his face very slowly because they thought that that would be the right way to do it. And it turns
I
out
can't with this. I can't with this
you're
metaphor.
much better off just ripping it off. So you get like a little bit of pain immediately, but then it's gone versus
Yeah.
the 5 minutes of pain. And so the right way to do it is just to rip the band-aid off and just take the pain. But it's difficult psychologically. Like, these are the nurses, and they thought that that was the wrong way to do it. Psychologically, it seemed wrong to do that to a kid, had been burned. So I think the right way, at least how I handled it, I can tell you exactly what I did with Snowflake. So if I had 1,000 shares to make it easy, as soon as it opens, I'm out of 200 or 300 or one. I'm out of something. I am
Yeah.
getting into motion, and I am praying that it's a terrible, terrible sell. I hope that I bottom tick. I hope it opens at 200 and 5 minutes later it's 250, and I can cry about that bad sell at 200, because guess what? I still have that 800 or
Hmm.
700. I still have that position.
Right.
But what
Do it in
happens
pieces.
most of the time is this: it goes down and down and down, and I'm out 50 points ago, which is just a ton. And if I don't get out of that, and I talked about it a lot this weekend, my mental capital for this period, March, April, May, is just shot. All I'm doing is watching Snowflake. I just praying it can go up. And so you to protect your mental capital, you just need to be out of it. And so the easiest way to be out is, unfortunately, it's not the right way, but I think is to just do some selling, and then maybe an hour later, if it's going lower, do a little bit more selling, and maybe the next day, if it's going lower, do a little bit more selling. But try to get out of it is harmoniously as you can, as quick as you can. And as soon as it's gone, you have like a sense of relief. I had a big
Hmm.
loss in this, I'll tell you. This one hurt a little bit, and it was like, well, now I can't lose any more money in the name. I'm gone, and I'd rather have that capital in for the next name, because like a lot of
Right.
times you think about, like, pretend you have 10 grand in Snowflake at this. Where is that 10 grand better suited? At Snowflake on a gap down on earnings, or in XYZ breaking out of a base, or an Nvidia, which I might already own. Maybe I just move that money and just add to Nvidia. So imagine what
Opportunity
Nvidia did.
cost.
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I know it's a little long-winded, but I thought it was a very good question. And I can tell you just from experience,
Yeah.
Snowflake's not the only stock this has happened to me before. Uh, you need to get out as quick as you
Mhm.
can. And the best
Right.
way, it's not the right way, but the best way, I think, is in pieces. So start doing
Right.
something as quick as you can.
So, if the buy point, bouncing off of the 10 week, a reversal or the breakout. So there was the week that you sold, so it was down around 180 or so. It's now at 115. So here's the other part though, Scott. some people, they buy right, they do all their research, look at these triple digit earnings, great story here, but they get the deer in the headlights. They don't sell. They think, well, I've put so much time and effort and money into this. It's got to go up. It's got to go up. It's got to go up.
Yeah.
Does nothing but go down for months and months and months. And
or
now,
worse,
or
that the market is wrong. I've done all this research.
yeah,
and the
they're
market is
wrong.
wrong.
I'm right. And then people feel when they get here, they feel stuck. Like, well, now I just got to ride this one off into the sunset. But again, it goes back to that opportunity cost, right? Like it, could have sold a lot higher, haven't. Oh, well, now it has to have bottomed. It has to have bottomed. Starting to it's coming off lows now. Here it goes. So what do traders do here? Is it still that you just, no matter how bad the band-aid is it's covering, you got to rip it off, right?
Well,
to put it somewhere else.
A lot of people do. Like it
better.
gets to a point where they just say it's too late. They think, well, it's too late to sell. So I would say, like, would you buy Snowflake here at 115? Pretend you don't own it.
Right.
Would you buy it? And if you would, then just, okay, give it a chance to buy. Pretend you bought it at 115. How would you get out if you bought it at 115? Would you stop yourself out at 110? What would you do? But it's the loss. You could be right. This could be the low for Snowflake, but guess what? Maybe it doesn't go up. Maybe it just stays down here for months and months and months. And again, the lost opportunity in other potential names. Mm-hmm. So the easiest way for
I think it looks bad here. I would not.
Yeah. No, I think it's.
I'm not making a case for a bottom. I don't think it looks good.
No, I wouldn't be in it. I would not buy it here. I wouldn't short it as that, it's gone down as a ton already, but I wouldn't buy it. But that's why I think it's so easy to sell. If you have 1,000 shares, you sell 100 shares and you hope that it's a terrible sell. Think about it. You still have 900 shares. Like the stock was down, I think like 50 that morning or something. So if I sold 100 shares down 50 and still had 400 shares, let's say, well, I threw away $5,000, but think about all the money I got back on the other 400. So that's how I think about it, because I think about I still have a position. It might not be as big, but I still have a position. The right answer is just boom, clear your mind, sell it, and then just move on. But I know from experience, because I've done that. I did it with Snowflake. I didn't hit the bid immediately. I was only able to get out of a little bit. And then I just spent the rest of the day just like, oh, this stock cannot go up. Something's wrong. Get out. Just start getting out. And so that's how I would handle it.
Yes.
And a lot of people psychologically will say, but I don't want to look stupid. What if this comes roaring back from here? What if I'm the one that sold at the low? And what you have to be more concerned about is, what if it goes down from here? What if it keeps on going down?
Right.
So that's got to be your prime concern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some stocks that I've gotten shaken out of, and it's like, man, I should have done this, or I should have done that better. But then there are so many more that it's like, wow, I'm so glad I followed my sell rules, because I would have dug a huge hole for myself if I would have just stuck with this thing. So I think it's very, very powerful to follow those sell rules. Very important, no matter where you buy a stock. I think buying right also helps a lot of the selling decisions. I know a lot of the team says that, but no matter where you buy, you have to have those sell rules down, no matter what.